Hey, good evening, friends. It's Carl. Welcome to the bathroom. It's Thursday, 26th December. Merry belated Christmas. Hope everybody had a great day with their friends and family. It's time for the 11th shave of the 12 shaves of Christmas. Let's get cracking, see what we're doing. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit behind, but I don't shave enough to get 12 before Christmas Day, so I'll have a couple extra. Let's see what we're going to use. Well, I got my stocking here. Santa Claus was very kind to me, I'm sure. Feels like it's full of goodies. Let's see. Vanderboss brush, RazoRock Blackhawk razor, Hega, and what do we got for the soap? Santa left me a lump of coal. Womp womp. All right, that's what we're using today. The PAA Lump of Coal soap. It looks like a big chunk of coal. It's got a beautiful cologne-y, kind of clean, fresh, barbershop-y scent. It's tough to describe, but it's a fantastic soap. And we'll be using the RazoRock Blackhawk single edge razor. This is the version 2.0, the Lumahawk. Got a brand new Feather Professional blade in there. So we'll get that knocked out. So let's get going. Yeah, like I said, hope everybody had a great Christmas. Mine was pretty good. Did Christmas Eve with the family on Thanksgiving. On Christmas Eve dinner on Tuesday. Gosh. And it was amazing. My brother and my brother-in-law, fantastic chefs, cooks, home cooks, whatever. Beautifully perfect, rare to medium rare tenderloin, beef tenderloin, salad, all the fixings. It was freaking scalloped potatoes, rolls. It was amazing. Finished off the evening with chocolate chip bourbon pecan pie and or some other kind of chocolate mousse pie that I didn't have. Fantastic. It was a great time with friends and family. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. You guys, I talked about the other day about the lady that I've been spending a little time with. She came to dinner with us and had a good time. So it was fantastic. Great evening. Like I said, shot some pool with my nephew, spent some time with the family, told stories, joked around. The old man and his wife came, which was pretty nice because she's kind of ailing, so she doesn't get out of the house too terribly much. So it was good that they made the drive, and it was just fantastic. Fantastic. Just like this soap, it's fantastic. So I'm going to do a one-pass face shave, and then I'm going to do a full head shave. I had a shave, not yesterday, but this morning before work, because I needed one. But I wanted to get this video in, and I should have filmed this morning because the insomnia was kicking. I was up at 2 o'clock-ish. But I didn't feel like setting up the camera and stuff when I had to shave. So we're going to do like a one-pass face shave and a full head shave with the HeadBlade ATX. And it's going to be amazing. So we'll get this going here, like I said. So yeah, and then Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve was like I said, dinner with family. Capped off the evening by walking through a Christmas light display with my beautiful lady friend. So that was a good end to a nice evening. Then the next day, got up. No presents from Santa Claus for me. Got them all the day before at the brother's house and at work. Fantastic work friends, work wife. Got me some really good stuff. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the next day, like I said, got up, went to work, or not went to work. Got up, went for a ruck, did 5 miles. 5 miles carrying the Yule log, which was a piece of wood that I decorated with some tinsel. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you probably saw it. But I did actually 6 miles. The goal was 5, but I just kind of kept going. So I put in 6 miles with the log and a 30-pound rucksack, and then started making my rounds, being the single fella with no family or kids or anything like that. I get invited to a lot of places, and I love to visit my friends on the holidays and family, so I spend a lot of time in the truck driving around, going from spot to spot, enjoying tasty beverages and desserts and dinners. So I went to the pastor's house. We had a little church service in the morning after my ruck was finished. Had some snackage, and it was good. Played some games. I'm not a huge game player. We played Uno, Flip, and 20 questions. Church folks, you know, they play a lot of games because TV's the devil. I don't know. But anyway, played a couple of rounds of games, and then I moved on to the next thing, which was dinner at my buddy's house. Great friend of mine invited me over for dinner. Traditional Thanksgiving dinner: ham, green bean casserole. I should say American traditional Christmas dinner. I keep saying Thanksgiving dinner: ham, rolls, green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, and then good old American pie for dessert, American apple pie, and some cookies, which was fantastic. And they came home and spent a little time texting back and forth, and then crawled into bed and called it a night. And that was it. Got up this morning and went to work to go save lives. Well, not really save lives, but be at work because it's a holiday. None of my clients wanted to see me. Tried to make friends with some new ones. They all said no. Story of my life. Rejection, man. It's the way it goes. But I've got some scheduled appointments tomorrow, so it'll keep me busy. I ended up getting tasked by my my work wife, and she had a project for me to do, so that's what I worked on all day. Woohoo! Data entry, not my thing, but it's got to get done. Well, I lied because I don't like to be scruffy, so I'm going to do a second pass. Probably regret it, but it needs to be done. So, speaking of the work family, the work wife and my coworkers, they gifted me some amazing presents. So all week, people were stopping by the office with Christmas cards and baked goods and all that stuff, which was fantastic. Our medical director even gifted us, everybody in the office, some amazing bottles of like wine or liqueur or whatever it was. Everybody got something a little bit different, which is great. I don't drink anymore, but it was good at dinner. I took it to the Christmas Eve dinner, and I'm sure it was enjoyed. I don't know if that bottle got opened that yet or not, but somebody will enjoy that wine at some point. And then, one of my coworkers, my buddy Chad, I was telling you guys, he made me something. Well, I was completely off base. It was, thought maybe it was some lighted Knox or something, but he ended up making me a custom coffee tumbler with my name on it, and it's just really cool, homemade, handmade, with love and care from one of my best friends in the world. So I was stoked to find that on my desk when I got to work on Tuesday. And then my office mate, he has heard me griping about the struggles with rucking and ear pods and how not staying in my ears. And I've tried various different styles of wireless earbuds to no avail. And so he picked me up. He was kind enough to buy me a set of wireless earbuds, and I used them on my Christmas ruck. They worked like a champ. They sounded great. They were comfortable in the ear. So if you ever watch this, buddy, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. And then my sweet, sweet work wife, she is a gem. She got me a set of vintage coffee mugs, as well as a bag of coffee and a new coffee mug. But the vintage coffee mugs, amazing gift. Completely unexpected. So I don't remember when we had this discussion, but we were talking about, like, you know, growing up and things of the past or whatever. And I had told her, shared a memory, that when I was in paramedic school in college, I had a split classes. So you'd go in the morning, have a break in the afternoon, and then go back in the evening for the next class. And my grandmother was alive at the time. She lived pretty close to the college. So I would go over there during the break, and she would make a pot of coffee, and we would sit and drink coffee and BS and tell stories and just hang out, and she would make coffee and we would smoke cigarettes, and it was a good quality time that I never really thought I was going to get with my grandma, because my grandma was a salty old Mexican lady. Like, she was grumpy as all get out. But as she aged and the grandkids became more mature, the relationships, like they always do, change, and we had a beautifully sweet relationship. And like I said, I would go over and we'd smoke cigarettes and drink coffee, and if I didn't have any money, she would dig through her change dish and give me a little bit of money to go buy a pack of smokes, or I'd take her a pack of unrolled tobacco and she would roll me a whole pack of cigarettes. Beautiful, beautiful memories. But anyway, I was talking about these coffee mugs. You may have seen them. I should have brought one in here. I'll show it to you guys next time I shave in the morning. But they're these old vintage coffee mugs. They're kind of like, have this pineapple-y texture. They have these really just kind of haggard 1960s, 1970s colors. They're brown and green and red. And but I shared this story with my sweet, sweet work wife, and she found a set on Etsy and gifted me a set of these vintage coffee mugs. And it's one of the sweetest, most thoughtful gifts I've ever gotten, I think. And I'm not even gonna lie, when I opened the box, because she had told me, she was like, oh, your present came in, you'll never guess what it is. And I had no clue. I wasn't expecting a gift, but I got one. And when I opened the box, I was so floored that I almost started crying. It was amazing. Beautiful gift, beautiful sentiment from a beautiful person. So, buddy, if you ever watch this, I'll never be able to express how amazing those mugs are. So, that being said, now that the sappy sap is over, the shave is done. Very nice. Not a lot of irritation. Gosh, got rough spots like always. It's ridiculous how no matter how recently I've shaved, I will always have stubble in certain spots. And I could shave till I'm bleeding, and I would probably still not be baby butt smooth. So, but that was my Christmas, man. Amazing Christmas presents, amazing friends, time with family. It was fantastic. And you guys know I'm pretty hypocritical when it comes to spending time and talking to friends and family. I tell you guys to do it every video, but I'm not the greatest at it. Well, I finally, after years and years, broke down and called my brother that lives in New York State. We've never been very close. By the time I was growing up, he had already moved out of the house. And so we just never spent a lot of time together, and we're never close. I called him on Christmas Day, and we talked for an hour and a half. And it was nothing deep or heavy, but it was good to talk to him. It was good to catch up and to kind of reestablish that connection. So that also was a Christmas miracle, no doubt. So it was an all-around very, very good Christmas. Probably one of the better Christmases I've had in a very, very long time. Thanks to all my friends who have encouraged me to get the Christmas spirit going. I didn't plug in the tree when I got home from work. I feel like a jerk. But all my real life friends, all my internet friends who have supported me and helped me kind of find my Christmas spirit again. It's been a great journey. This year was a great Christmas all around, like I said. Friends and family and gifts and everything. It was good. And I hope that the Christmas spirit continues and I won't lose it again. I'm not going to lie, there's still some healing that needs to happen, but that comes with time. And I think with the support of good friends and good family, that healing will happen. So, what else is going to happen is this head shave. Now, I've done all the sappy sap talking. I'm not even going to talk about the shave because you guys know what's up. But we're going to shave the head. I did not shave my head this morning, so the head shave is actually pretty needed. So, the face shave was just a bonus. HeadBlade ATX, second use on this blade. Oh, and I got some clarification from Flash Boredom about the full HeadBlade shave. He wants me to do it standing on my head. That's probably not going to happen because while I have lost weight, I'm still fat. and out of shape, and I would probably fall and break my neck. So if you want to see a murder happen on YouTube, we could try it. I don't know who would upload the video, but anyway, good on you, Flash. I hope you're doing well. Miss your videos, miss your chats. Hope you and your mom are doing good. Okay. What else? Well, that's it, man, because it's only been a few days since I saw you, and I have kind of word vomited all the things out at the very beginning of the video, so now there's nothing left to talk about. Oh, hey, that felt kind of rough. I probably sliced my head right open. That was weird. Anyway, so yeah. Been practicing my Spanish. It's been pretty good. I told you guys about talking with my DEA friend down at the border. I've started using that app. I talked to you guys about that. Well, that's the one bonus about having insomnia. I got plenty of time to practice my Spanish. I was up at 2 this morning, and the lessons are supposed to be like 10 or 15 minutes a piece. I did like an hour of Spanish lessons. It was ridiculous. How much of it I will actually remember? I don't know. But the lessons are very repetitive, so it's going to be drilled into your head anyway. And it's a fun little program. So if you're interested in learning a language, they have tons of languages. They even have some dying languages like Hawaiian and American Navajo, I think. The name of the app is called Duolingo. It's free. The free version, you can get a certain amount of wrong answers every day, and if you use up all your chances, then you have to stop for the day. Or if you buy the pay version, you get unlimited chances and so unlimited mistakes. I'm cheap, so I have the free one. I can make 5 mistakes a day before it locks me out. No big deal. Not that my Spanish is that perfect, but I can usually, because I have a little bit of a background in Spanish from school and growing up hearing my family talk and talking a little bit of Spanish, I can make it through a good amount of the lessons before I start making mistakes. And usually what I've noticed is the mistakes come because I'm not paying attention to what the answer is supposed to be. Like, it'll ask you to translate the phrase or the word into English, and I'll type it in Spanish, or vice versa. Or I might miss like one word because it'll read a phrase or a sentence to you, and you're supposed to type it in Spanish or translate it into English, or translate the English into Spanish. And sometimes I don't quite hear all the words, so I might miss a word. Even though technically if I was speaking Spanish, it would be correct. But the program is a pretty big stickler for grammar, as far as like using pronouns and things like that. So like from what I remember from Spanish class, it's proper and acceptable to say yo is I, right? So you say like yo quiero Taco Bell, and that means I want Taco Bell. But because Spanish can be kind of a lazy language, and they kind of take out some words because the way the verbs are conjugated, the conjugation will tell you like who is speaking. So instead of saying yo quiero, you could just say quiero, and it's totally appropriate and understandable, and it's proper. But the program will ding you if you don't type in the word yo. So I get dinged on stuff like that because speaking the little bit that I do speak, I take the shortcuts that are permissible. And now that I'm trying to learn properly, those shortcuts come back and bite me. So. And now you guys know a lot about the Spanish program that I'm studying with and probably don't even really care. What you do care about is the shave. Maybe, maybe not. You guys know my shaves are pretty simple, man. The head blade is always the tool for the job, and I'm not a scentologist or a shaving nerd, as good old Flash would say. I can't tell you all the details and the specs of the razors. I can tell you if the scent is good and if the soap is slick. And yes for this PAA Lump of Coal. By far not my favorite Christmassy scent, but it is a cool soap. Just the idea that it is kind of processed with the black tar base so that it comes out black, it stays black. The lather is a little on the dark gray side. and it's unfinished, so it looks like a lump of coal. It's a great idea. I've seen some other artisans make it, and I don't know who did it first, but it's cool either way. Let me get rinsed off. I think that's going to be the shave. Good enough. Good enough for gummy work. Let's see what the alum says. Beautiful. Surprisingly enough, not a lot of screaming on the face for the second shave in less than 24 hours. And the head ain't too bad either, so. All right, I'm getting rinsed off. Dried off. And so, once again, when I was buying soaps, before I knew any better, I didn't buy matching splashes. One, because I'm cheap, and two, I didn't know how important it would be to have a matching splash. So I don't have a matching splash. I don't even have a scent that would really match that, but you can't ever go wrong with the Hega Blue. This was gifted to me by Matti Lindholm. Thank you, Matti, if you watch this, my friend. I love this stuff. I use it sparingly because it's impossible to get stateside. You have to have an amazing friend in Sweden or Norway, somewhere where it is locally available. I'm pretty sure Kurt over at Solid Shave said he can get it locally in Norway. I may be completely wrong. But anyway, beautiful scent. I love it. One of these days I might try and see if I can't scam one of my Swedish friends to send me a bottle of the original green. But until then, the blue will have to do. Friends, that's the shave. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. Hope you enjoyed the rambling. There was a lot of it. Hope you had a great Christmas. Hope the new year treats you well. I'll see you before then. No matter what you do, go spend some time with your friends and family. Very important. I'm learning that and I'm trying to get better. It's another one of my New Year's goals. So, until next time, thanks. Have a great day. Enjoy your week. We'll see you. God bless.